Welcome. I'm Juan Carlos Gamarra, Ambassador of Peru to the United Kingdom. And in this opportunity, I'm glad to introduce you to Sense International, an organization dedicated to supporting people with deafblindness and their families around the world, including Peru. Sense International's vision is of a world in which all people with deafblindness can be equal and active members of society. As many of you already know, people with deafblindness are often excluded from education, healthcare, and work. With the right support, people with deafblindness can communicate, access quality education and healthcare, becoming independent and finding a job. Rather than being excluded, they can thrive and live life to their full potential. Building on the work of Sense in the UK, over many years, Sense International works with partner organizations in 8 countries: Bangladesh, India, Kenya, Nepal, Romania, Tanzania, Uganda, and of course Peru. Today, I'm glad to be with Ricardo Ceballos, Director General of Sense International Peru. Ricardo, please, could you tell us about the work of Sense International in Peru?
Thank you very much, Ambassador Gamarra, for your kind introduction and for this opportunity to speak about the work we are doing here in Peru. Sense International Peru is a non-governmental and non-profit civil society organization registered in the public records of Peru since 2009, and whose purpose is to promote the recognition and exercise of human rights of persons with deafblindness in Peru. Deafblindness is a low-incidence disability. This means that the condition of deafblindness does not impact a large number of people in the world. However, the absence of the senses of vision and hearing, partially or totally, affect various personal, family, and social processes, generating great challenges in the areas of communication, interaction, access to information, orientation, and mobility. The impact on the life of people with this condition will depend on the severity of the sensory losses they have. Sense International Peru acts in partnership with local partners, civil society entities, and strategic partners, public entities, with whom we design and implement programs in the fields of education, vocational training, capacity building, volunteering, and advocacy. In the field of education, we work with the Ministry of Education and the educational system to improve the educational service for students with deafblindness through teachers' training programs, the development of specialized materials, and the equipment of multisensory stimulation rooms. In the field of vocational training, we work with social entities linked to training with the participation of the Ministry of Labor, promoting the development of soft skills and occupational competencies for the management of small enterprises and or businesses. In the field of capacity building, we work hand in hand with institutions for persons with deafblindness, their parents and relatives, and volunteers, providing them with the necessary tools for the proper conduct of their association and the knowledge and recognition of their rights. In the field of volunteering, we promote the call of undergraduate students from various careers to support the programs and activities of Sense International Peru and its partners. This has an impact in terms of knowledge and awareness of deafblindness. In the field of advocacy, we work with various entities of civil society in alliance or coalition in order to demand that the Peruvian state improve consultation processes and design and implement better services that respond to persons with disabilities needs. All our programs are accessible and free thanks to the support of international cooperation, social programs of the Peruvian state, and some private companies committed to deafblindness. Isabella is an excellent example of the impact of our work. When she arrived at a specialized school in the south of Lima, she was very shy and uncommunicated girl. Sense International Peru supported this school with a multisensory stimulation room where Isabella found the necessary stimuli to express herself, have fun, and learn from the games. Isabella Fathers has told us that multisensory stimulation therapies have improved her attitude and have contributed to improving her communication and expression through gestures. Finally, I would like to let you know that the education program for persons with deafblindness has recently been recognized as a high-impact, sustainable, and replicable program by CONADIS, which is the National Council for the Inclusion of Persons with Disabilities in Peru. The ceremony was held recently on November 19 in the premises of the Congress of the Republic, and we are very happy about it.
Thank you very much, Ricardo, for the information you've just given us and sharing the important work that Sense International does in Peru. Which leads me to a question. I'm wondering how the people that have been watching you and have learned about Sense International, how could they offer their help?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ambassador. The work we do must continue throughout Peru, and we seek that our good practices can be replicated, respecting the context in the countries of the Andean region, such as Bolivia and Ecuador. In this regards, we will welcome support through reading more about what we do and how we do it in our websites, which include helpful resources, videos, and photos. Our website is senseinternational.org.uk. Following our work on Facebook and Instagram, telling others about the work we do. Please help to introduce us to so that more people can get to know about deafblindness. Getting in contact with us if you would like to talk about our work and ways you could support, whether through Sense International in London or Sense International Peru in Lima. For example, we hold fundraising events, can send monthly newsletters, and other information to supporters.
Thank you very much, Ricardo, for the helpful information you've given us, and special thanks and congratulations to you and your team for all Sense International is doing to help people with deafblindness in Peru. I'd like to encourage everyone listening to read more about Sense International and Sense International Peru, as well as to support this important work in any way you can. We already heard several examples on how people can get involved and consider supporting or donating to this project through the website or contacting someone in the team to talk about ways to support. I think we all agree that with its combination of hearing and vision impairments, deafblindness is a particularly challenging and less well-known disability, and the work Sense International is doing is really helping to address the barriers people with deafblindness experience. So it has been really good to hear more about it, from the individual impact on people living with deafblindness, like Isabella, from the example you shared, to the wide-ranging interventions that can contribute to positive changes for the inclusion of people with disabilities in Peru and other countries. Thank you very much to you, Ricardo, and to your team for the wonderful work you're doing, and I thank all our viewers for their kind attention. Thank you very much.